Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. So today I thought I'd talk about some of the prices I found online for some ASICs and GPUs. You know I'm into both of them. So I thought I'd just go over those. I'm a little scruffy today. Got to shower and change in a little bit. I got a job interview. You know that I've parted ways with my last job, so I've taken these past 2 weeks to kind of evaluate things, and I'll tell you, it makes it tough when you see deals like this out there and you want to just run out and buy. You know, is the market down? Is it down further enough yet where we can make those decisions and see if those are things that we really want to get into? Well, let's take a look and find out where we are. So over here we got CoinGecko, just to get a little idea of where we are for numbers right off the bat. Today is June 23rd. And we can see Bitcoin 20,000, 20,500, $1,100 Ethereum. It's come back up. That was down just a couple days ago. That was down below $900. So that was a little shot in the arm there when we saw that. You know, a lot of these things are down. You know, if you're doing merge mining, you're going to be doing Dogecoin, which is up. Last time we talked, I think it was 5 cents and change. It did make a good jump. You know, like I've said before, all of these things, they are just, I mean, as soon as Bitcoin goes up just a little bit, you know, this just went up. So as this goes up, you will see everything all of a sudden start jumping. Like I said before, it's like a team of horses just chomping at the bit, waiting to be let loose. And unfortunately, a lot of it isn't right now, but Zcash down across the board. USDD still hasn't found its peg. What else we got in here? It's pretty much still hasn't completely found its peg again for that one. Anyway, you get the idea with some of these and what they're going for as far as prices. There's Zcash and Ethereum Classic at $15. That did, obviously, you can see that did jump up just a little bit. Litecoin jumped, but it's moving, and that's the main thing. So anyway, those are just some numbers for that. What I wanted to show you, though, let's go ahead and just check out. Let's start off with some ASICs and look at Gold Shell, what Gold Shell's got right now. I was just looking at this one because of how ridiculously low it is. But even when this one makes its profit, this one is actually in negative territory right now for profitability, still selling for $1,000 plus tax and shipping and everything else that comes along with this. So probably, you know, $1,300-ish when this comes. Of course, anything I talk about today isn't financial advice. I'm just kind of talking about what's out there and just some good deals that if you're looking for the long term, these are things that you might consider. You know, this is a little bit lower than you'd like it to be. I'll definitely give you that. Yeah, I forgot you can't go back on this website. It loses its spot. So if we just look at some of these, you know, some still selling at, you know, crazy prices, $20,000. Several sold out. I mean, especially at this coin, at this price point, you know, doing Litecoin and Doge, everybody's still, you know, hooked on that Doge. When you look at it, you know, Doge is ranked 11th, which is kind of crazy in its own sense. Some of these, though, are not very profitable, if profitable at all. So that's something you have to think about. Really, if you're purchasing now, you're looking towards the future, and nothing less than that, because yeah, sold out, because it's not doing well now, and most of these machines are not going to be profitable, and that's just how it is. So there's your Gold Shell right there. Some deals to be had on Gold Shell. Let's see if I get back to that one. I mean, some of these going for, I mean, Gold Shell LB box going for $229. Again, these are really not profitable, depending on what coin you're mining. Some of these are Cadena, some of them are Library. So there's different ones that you can buy, but profitability just isn't there with them. If you were to purchase anything now, you're looking towards the future when we come out of this on the other end, and hopefully scooping up anything that's cheap enough that if you wanted to use it at that point or even resell it, you know, it's wide open. I'm going to show you one that really took me back for a second, and that's over on Bitmain. And if we look at the Bitcoin miners that they have right now, a $4,000 S19. This was selling for $10, $11, $12,000 when Bitcoin was really moving. And now it's down to $4,000. Let me tell you, if I had enough, I would scoop up, for me, I would scoop up several of these. And at $4,000 a pop, that's, you know, 65%, 70% off of where it was just a few months ago. Some of these other ones are pretty insane looking. These are the 20,000 still. Some of these are sold out. Let's see. Let's do that so we can see the ones that are actually available. So the S19, $11,000. I mean, even the Pro at $6,000. That's crazy on that one. 95 terahash to 110 terahash for $2,000 difference. This definitely would seem to be the winner of the bunch as far as getting in cheap. And at $4,000, I'm not sure who says that's cheap, but cheaper than it was. So really just looking at some of these, and we look at eBay, we can see that eBay's got a lot of these that are selling for a lot less than they would normally. And some people still have prices that are pretty high, but I think when you're buying on eBay, it's hit or miss when it comes to ASICs. You just don't know. And eBay does have a good return policy, even though I'm not a super fan of eBay. Their return policy, even if somebody sells something that partially working, or they say it's working but you get it's not, eBay's really good about taking care of people on that. If we look at some of the other ones, here we go here. So the L7, which is available, I believe, and that's 14,000 right now. I think when this was selling originally, it was going for, I don't know, between $10,000 and $12,000. So it's still up a lot, and I'm not exactly sure why that one is still up so much. I'm sure it's making money, but it's just not. Well, let's see, sold out. The Z15, I'd like to get one of those, but that's sold out. And even at $8,000, I don't know how I would necessarily buy one of those. But the main one that I was looking at, to be honest, was the Bitcoin miners. I have faith in Bitcoin and where Bitcoin will eventually end up. And at $4,000 to end up with one of these now for the future, and who knows when that future will be. That could be it could be a week, it could be 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks. It could be a year, it could be a year and a half, it could be 2 years. Who knows? Nobody knows. Hopefully it's not going to be 2 years, and we're not going to go through this for the next 2 years. I think we will see a lot of interest lost in mining if this goes on too much longer than 6 months, because of such the push that was there after this big bull run. So many people got involved, like yours truly, and eventually these people are going to start sliding off from this. So if we look at some GPUs next, we can look at these. These are sold 3060 Ti's, and they're still holding at around $450 to $450 for these cards. These are the cards that I like the most. I think the 3070 Ti are good options also as far as efficiency. I think that they're good as well, but I really like the 3060s. When I look at the numbers overall, I think personally these are the best bang for the buck. Of course, you got to buy what's best for you, and again, for your pocket or pocketbook. 400, 370 for founders, good for you. Usually founders are that's a brand new one, that's pre-owned. But as you can see, these are going parts only, $750. That was just the other day. That was yesterday. That went off at $750. So what a score for that guy. I'm sorry for whoever bought that. We see someone, but you get the idea. This is basically what they're going for. They haven't really come down a whole lot. The used market or the new market, still watching on a lot of these things. I've put some money away. I've banked some money. I will be starting a new job soon. And once I do, I will probably take a good portion of my reserves this is me personally, not again financial advice, what you should do, but I'm going to be looking out to making some scores on some of these cards in the next months to come. In the meantime, though, while Bitcoin is down, is Bitcoin going to drop further? Can Bitcoin get down to 15,000? Will this drop down to $3,000 and I would have spent $1,000 more? That's the game that you're going to play. That's the chicken you're going to play out there in the road is, who's going to blink first? And, is Bitcoin going to jump up and it's going to recover faster than we anticipate? I'm anticipating a longer period that we're going to be down. But, it comes down to when do you think? Now, as far as GPUs go, I think that's in a whole nother league because with Ethereum going away, that's going to be the deciding factor over there. So many other coins to mine with GPUs that you can get into that initially may not be as profitable. And like I said before, it's going to be the Wild West when it comes to mining with GPUs in the near future once Ethereum does make its move. And then again, but when is that going to be? Is that going to be in the next month to 2 months? Or is that really going to be pushed out even further and further like it's been for the past year and a half? So we're going to see where that ends up. But when that happens, that's when you're going to see, I think, like I said before, the first 2 weeks after the merge. I think after that, if your first couple of weeks, most people are going to start selling off and just saying enough is enough. I'm not going to bother to fight this battle. Some people are going to stay on and keep fighting and looking for that most profitable coin and looking for the best way. Unfortunately, I think that places like for mining pools, NiceHash is going to be one of the biggest winners because it will mine the most profitable coin. And I think that's what's going to really take over. It's people trying to move their rig from coin to coin and always updating are going to have trouble with that. They're not going to be on the most profitable and they're going to have to do what they have to do. And they're going to lose out while they're at work during the day. And for the last, 8-10 hours, their rig's been mining something that should be mining something else. You're going to definitely want to set something up on your phone so so you can edit your flight sheets and be able to move. But it's going to be tough. And I think places like NiceHash are going to end up being the winners, except when things end up in the toilet again with them and nobody can get their money or there's more problems. Again, I guess they'll still be the big winners. So take that as you will, but that's really it. If I take a look over here on Newegg, 3060s selling for about $400 with tax. Some of these are cheaper prices, but then the shipping is $50. So be careful of that if you're looking on this site. Looks like free shipping across the board right here. Looks like they're actually selling everything free shipping, but still, $500 for this card. This one, like I said, is known to overheat, so it does need the 3-fan. So watch out for when you're buying some of these cards. Do your own research on some of these before you just jump out. 3070 for $750. Brand new. Still high. Still higher than you'd want to be paying right now. So if we take a look at just some hardware real quick on some ASICs, just for reference, these are the ones that are actually making money right now. Jazz miners, really some of the most efficient and most profitable. And they are going to switch over from Ethereum to only doing Ethereum Classic. So that's going to be questionable when that happens as well. But if we scroll down and try to find where some of the ones that we have are, even when you look at the S19, these are S19 Pro. Let's find that S19 that we were just looking at and find out that it's actually just barely profitable. We go to the top and so yeah, we were looking at this one right here, losing 86 cents a day right now. So why would you buy it? Why would you buy this? To lose money? Why would you spend $4,000 plus with shipping and tax and everything to do this, and probably customs as well when you cross that also? Don't be mindful of that when you look into those. Why would you do it? Because you're looking towards the future, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Anything that you purchase today is really not going to be affordable. I mean, if you want to get any one of these miners right here, you're going to pay $20,000 for some of these miners, $15,000, $10,000 still, to make just a few dollars a day. But really, it's people still holding on because they feel like they've spent so much money, and when they want to sell these ASICs, they're not going to just jump out and sell them because of how much they spent up front for these things. So it's going to be tough to have people let these go at a reasonable price, and it's really just the waiting game. But I mean, we come down and we look at the that mini Doge we saw that's losing 9 cents, but at some of the price points, it's kind of tough not to want to get into some of these right now. It really is. Here's some of the L3s. That's what I got running negative right now. The Z11 that I pass it. Well, Z11's what I'm running. Not running, I should say, and that's losing right now, $1.50 a day. So really not much is profitable. Kind of scary out there. There's a couple other sites. We'll take a look at this one. This is DexPool, or DXPool. Just one that I've started looking at a little bit. Of course, any of the sites that I used today, I'll have links in the description below. This one is interesting. It doesn't have all the cards on here. So if we were to try to find like a 3060 or 3060 Ti, 3070, I don't believe they have them listed. They have the 3080, 3090s in here. Let's take a look really quick if I could find them. So they go from the 3090, 3080 down to the 2080, 1080, and they don't even list. I've got a 580 in there. I've got a 480. I've got a couple 480s, got that one 570. But even in here, they don't even list the 3060s or 3070s right now on this. So it doesn't have a complete listing. But nonetheless, it is another resource. If we come look over here on MinerStat, this one gives a little bit of a clearer picture as far as GPUs and where we are with those profitability-wise. And that's pretty much it, y'all. This is just a quick video. I want to get one out today, just kind of going over this. I've been seeing some deals popping up. I've seen some cards selling for some decent prices. Some of these used ASICs are selling for pretty good prices. Unfortunately, the problem I see with buying a used ASIC is that when you buy it now, you probably aren't going to fire it up and use it because it's maybe negative, right? But let's say you got a really great deal on it and you bought it used. The thing is that you need to run this thing for a while, a week, 2 weeks. I think you get 4 weeks with eBay's return policy. So you need to run this miner for a good long while and really stress test it and make sure that it is functioning 100%. Because if somebody sells you something and they think, well, this guy's probably not going to hook this thing up, but just to see if it turns on, but he's not going to run it because it's not profitable. But let me tell you, some people, look, I'm sorry, the world out there is not, sunshine and rainbows. This is the truth that you're going to have to be careful out there. Don't just buy something and say, well, I'm going to save it for later. You need to run it. You're going to have to go into a little bit of a negative loss on this to test it, but that's the price you're going to have to pay if you want to buy now. And this goes for anything. This is even GPUs. You're going to want to run these things reasonably, even if you're buying cards that aren't that profitable, but you're looking towards the future. You need to run these for a while and make sure that they are functioning properly. So, I'm being very, very cautious with anything that I'm getting into right now for ASICs or GPUs. A lot of people are dumping. A lot of people are trying to mix in their bad cards with all of this big push. A lot of bad ASICs with this big push. And you want to be careful. So unless you're buying brand new and have warranty on any of these things from a reputable dealer, and you are buying off eBay or marketplace on Facebook or some other site, just be careful and make sure that you have a return policy that's ironclad, and that you definitely stress test any of the equipment that you buy right now, whether it be buying another motherboard and some chips because you hope to expand your farm when the time comes. You're going to have to run those boards. Don't just take it at face value that, you know, the listing says, hey, it worked. Because if this goes on for 2 or 3 months, and in 2 or 3 months you fire this up and it's not working, well, then you're out of luck. So be careful out there, y'all. Stay safe. Keep pushing forward. I've had a lot of comments of a lot of people turning off their rigs, and I'm sorry to see that. I even had someone tell me that they were turning down their 3060 Ti rig, which was a little surprising to hear because that's what I got running, and I'm still running mine, not making a lot of money, but I am still running it, and it is still profitable. But you know, when I see and hear about other people shutting down and larger rigs shutting down, it's getting closer and closer to where I'm at. And like I said, I'm really not that far up on the chain, and I've seen a lot and heard about a lot of people shutting down. So it's it makes me scared, it makes me very nervous, and it makes me wonder, you know, where we're going to be. But again, we have a strong community, you know, and in the end, if we stick together and help each other find the most efficient settings, try to help each other find the best ways and the best coins to mine and ways to do it that are most profitable, and stick together, we'll all come out of this on the other side. So until then, you know, we just need to keep pushing forward. And if you are shutting down, I am sorry to hear that. If again, not financial advice, but if you're able to hold on to your rigs or your cards and see where this ends up. I know a lot of people want to sell now before the Ethereum merge because we know prices are going to dump. You know, you got to do what's best for your pocket or pocketbook, and you got your bills to pay. I got my bills to pay, and in between is just the BS. You got to do what's best for you. And if you got to shut down and you don't have to sell, then try to stay strong on what you got. But if you want to sell now, you know, to make any money that you can, probably now's the time. And I'm not trying to, you know, promote selling, you know, on my channel. I'm trying to promote people to hold on as long as they can. So I don't want to ramble on about this. I know I've been talking about this the last couple videos, but I just, you know, I feel it, you know, in my heart of hearts, the pain that people are feeling as they shut down with the amount of money they put into this. I had a guy the other day mention he's got about 5 cards, and, you know, he's shutting down. And I thought, you know, that's where I was when I started. And here's someone who got into this and was hoping to grow and build, and now they're shutting down. I don't know if he's selling. I didn't want to ask because it's just another reminder of how hard things have become. And especially like me, I couldn't imagine shutting down and closing up shop. I just couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine ending all of this. I just couldn't. I'm here. You know me. I'm driving the bus, y'all, and we're going till the wheels fall off. And I mean that in every sense of the word. So stay strong, stay tough. Hit me up, questions, comments down below, anything I can help with, any videos you want to see. If there's something you want me to do, you know, I've got 3060s, 3060 Ti's, I've got the 480s, 570 and the 580, I've got some ASICs. You know, if there's any one thing or multiple things you want me to try to fire up and fine tune, I'll be happy to do that. I was going to start looking into my ASICs and trying to fine tune those and finding best efficiency settings. So again, finding things to do between now and the great moment that we start to see the uptrend. And I want to know where my most efficient ASICs are and what's the most efficient numbers. You know, when I look at these, I'm just going to do this really quick, but when I look at something here and we look at, say, the L3++ at, you know, 580 at 940, you can see it's negative 33. Okay, forget it's negative right now. We're looking at the numbers. But when we look at the L3+, because it's down at 504 and using less power, it's only losing 24 cents. So again, this lowering it down is more efficient. So having it cranked up high is not always the most efficient way to do it. you've got to find that balance. So this is time to find that balance. This is time to fine tune those GPUs, to maybe pull one card off and start mining other coins with it and start looking for those great settings. Because if you have, like mine, you've got an 8-card rig, you can take one and turn it to something else and start checking different coins and seeing what the most efficient settings are and getting ready for that. Getting a notepad on your computer and start filling out those numbers, or Google Sheets, start filling out those numbers. So when the time comes, you can flip over, get those flight sheets set up, get them ready. It's coming, whether you want it to or not, friends. It's coming. Get ready, because when it does, you don't want to be left trying to figure it out while the craziness goes on. So that's my best advice. That's all I can really give you today. To find other projects and other things to better yourself. Like I said, I'm going to start looking into repairing my ASICs. We'll start doing that. I think that's going to take up a lot of my time, and I think that will definitely keep me involved. But you have to find things that are going to keep you motivated and the spirits lifted. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Of course, subscribe it right over there. I hate to say subscribe on these videos and cancel that. I'm not going to put it up, because these videos are really just for us to really find ways to do better for each other. So thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Be strong.